And we are back. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be deceived by the tick in the top. We're just using that for the time being. This is BTS Summer Cup. CIS and EU clashing, and we're in the game 3 between Vega Squadron and Gang Squad. And Liz, did that game emotionally kill you? I know you had feelings about how quickly that game should have been over with a 45,000 net worth lead at one point.
I mean, Invoker holds your high ground, no matter who you're playing against, or no matter how much in a deficit you are. So, yeah, it should have ended earlier, but Invoker really played really well, and the bench kind of prevented it. However, man, this game, if we focus on this game, Crystal Maiden,
it didn't get banned.
First time it didn't get banned, and it's an insta first pick.
And a Doom as well. Wow. Okay. This is the hero that I'm not going to say I'm upset we don't see that much of. You know, do you remember the days where Doom and Batrider were 100% pick ban rates?
Yeah, pretty much. It wasn't really even long ago. Batrider not as much recently as Doom, but if you remember, like the last tournament we casted in Doom was either first phase ban or it was just picked all the time. So yeah, the hero is still strong, and it's not really a hero that Crystal. It's not like Crystal Maiden activates him in any sort of a way. Yeah, she does provide him with mana through her aura, but overall, like I'm just so excited to see how they draft around this Crystal Maiden. Like RMN is a really good drafter, and I see this because usually what people do in pubs is they pick the Crystal Maiden on some dual offlane. Yeah, Crystal Maiden on dual offlane. You heard it. Like she does so much. Seriously, like she does so much damage with Crystal Nova. It's been buffed. Plus, she always has mana. The hero is really strong at the moment, and usually what you combo with that hero is some sort of hero that can spam out. Some hero that can spam its spells in order to farm. Because of the aura, it gives you so much mana regen that you can just farm freely with your spells to actually get that GPM even higher. On the other hand, we have this Bounty Hunter and Bane, kind of more standard. Well, Bounty Hunter isn't completely in the meta, right? But overall, the heroes are more standard and more often than the Crystal Maiden.
Now, in fairness, his pick ban rate today has been pretty high. Courtesy of no Bounty Hunter earlier, and now being picked here. Still not doing too bad.
Yeah, we saw like 3 bans of Bounty Hunter because of that no Bounty Hunter team, right? So, yeah. It's a top pick so far in this tournament, at least. Top priority hero, at least, in the ban or pick phase. And then they ban out the Visage. Yeah, the Visage is kind of strong versus both Doom and Maiden. Well, Doom can go for the Crimson, but overall it's not really perfect because of the low armor, especially if a Visage gets that medallion and not the Helm of Dawn. On the other hand, we have a Tinker and a Spectre ban. So after the Spectre was banned, they banned out Tinker, which kind of goes hand in hand. You don't want to play versus Bounty Hunter and Tinker. That combination is also very nasty because you have the track into rocket spam. It's just so hard to play against.
It's one of the most disgusting combos currently in Dota, I'd say.
And the Spectre is banned. You don't have that natural counter to the Tinker, so you ban the Tinker out. And they go with the Luna. So they had the Luna last game, right?
It's another 45,000 net worth lead before they finish. I'm calling it this.
Yeah, I mean, they had the Luna last game. It worked out well for them. Why not do it again? So, yeah, it's just a comfort pick for them. However, she's going to be pressured hard if this Crystal Maiden is there.
Doom as well, yeah, like Doom's just going to get across Infernal Blade. It's like, great.
I'm so huge amounts of HP. I'm so impressed by this Crystal Maiden. Look, just listen to me. I'm all about this Crystal Maiden. She's gonna come up to you and she's gonna Crystal Nova you, man. Just be careful.
Okay, I will be impressed if he's got the Arcana as well. Okay, like legit best Arcana in the game, and I don't even. That's the only Arcana I bought, and I don't even play.
Yeah, I'm dying. All right.
That's actually not like. I guess you get value out of the Crystal Maiden pick because now you're gonna have.
You can spam the decay, yeah. But you can't really spam decay that early on. You can spam it a bit later, but on the lane it's the same thing because you don't want your Crystal Maiden to level that aura super soon. because then you lose that damage value that she has
She
if she levels her spell.
doesn't typically level up past level 1 early on as well. It's usually a focus on, I think Crystal Nova is the max out first now, right? And then Frostbite.
Yeah. You get the Nova first, definitely. Get the bite. After you can go like 2-1, 2-1-0 at the start, and get the level in Aura, or you can go 1-1. That works too. Because like the level in the last patch, I think they changed her aura to work even better on her, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, there's a hero we don't see much at the moment. I think like that's mainly because Underlord is a lane stabilizer, right? He has a hard time till about level 4, then he doesn't exactly win a lane, but he doesn't lose it. It's like a stalemate type hero.
Yeah, and kind of dual laning with that hero that's good. Like when you dual lane some other hero, because what does he want to do? He just wants to push that lane with Firestorm. Yeah, he can contest you definitely, and yeah, he can work in the dual lane. But there are just some heroes that work a bit better. That's a fact.
It's kind of, I was gonna say, it's like a type of hero that you have to enable, I guess, in a fight. Whereas you think of the most typically seen off lanes, things like the Axe, the Brewmaster, the Beastmaster. They're all heroes that enable your team. They don't need enabling.
Definitely. What do you think about another Ursa game? Like we saw it the last game.
It's actually really good against Underlord, right?
Yeah, it didn't really, but yeah, that's why I'm asking. It didn't really work really well in the last game, but this game it could be a good lane counter to the Underlord, I suppose. And
I feel like they have better ganking potential, right? Like I just didn't like. I think the thing we hit on last game is that they needed Invoker to defend the high ground. And they needed a funneled area to get max value out of him. And other than that, it was basically Magnus needs to hit a good RP or we're just going to get torn to shreds. Like that's an oversimplification, but that was the ramifications.
And as you said, last game at least they had that Invoker and Magnus. This game, if they go for it's this, which is a natural counter to Underlord, you don't have that Magnus to buff him, so it's only an Ursa. And the last game he fell off even without the Magnus. This game, last game even with, and this game you don't even have him. There's a Bane too, or a Bounty that can roam around there, so
that's kind of the thing.
Tricky.
They haven't really countered the Bane pick so far. That's not bad though to an extent. Zeus coming out. This is a hero that has been buffed patch after patch after patch, endlessly, again and again. And they nerfed him slightly with Lightning Bolt, but he's still he's in a pretty good place. He can now start to contest CS because of that high damage and range, which was his issue before. It's like you could get your last hits, but you didn't stop the other person from.
He's definitely in a good spot right now. Still after the nerfs. Yeah, the nerfs hit him, but they didn't really stop him. It's kind of similar with Wisp, what happened. Like Wisp, he got nerfed time after time after time. But it didn't matter because the main aspect of the hero, the main idea of relocating someone in or out still works, right? And the main aspect of the laning stage, like the way he healed up his partner on the lane, still worked. But right now, when you completely destroy his relocate, people are still banning him. I'm not so certain that's worth it. It's very similar with Zeus because, yeah, you're nerfing his lightning bolt, but so what? Eventually, he gets this axe of his, and he has that nimbus, and he just wins the team fights.
See, everyone's listening to you, Deep 4, and I'm just here nodding my head because you got to remember, I sat next to you in Berlin when you were playing IO constantly, so I know why you really want these nerfs to be reverted, okay? There's some selfish gains out of it.
Oh, terribly. It is, speaking of heroes that got buffed, like TB is one of those, and he was actually one of the main counters to Luna because of the
reflection with the Luna Blessing.
Reflection, and also his talent made it even harder for Luna to deal with Terrorblade. So on the lane versus Underlord, he's not super bad either. Once he has that Metamorphosis on, he kind of can zone out the Underlords. But just as any other hero, he kind of struggles.
Magic damage as well. Like that's his weakness. Yeah. Like Terrorblades have great amounts of armor. That's great. But
Firestorm just shreds through him.
Oh, hello. So Storm versus Zeus. This is a lane that could get pretty potent back and forth. And I mean, I guess the Storm, you got to worry about the Doom. It's a little bit bold in that regard. But if they I guess the key is to shut down Boogie, and then you're not worried.
The thing about Storm versus Zeus is it's completely Storm Spirit favored. Once he gets his level 6, he can just solo kill the Zeus, and he has to be super careful. But I'm just wondering, how much of an impact is this Crystal Maiden going to have on that lane because of the mana region that's Zeus going to get from like the from her aura. It's gonna be fun game to watch. On the other hand, we also have this bounty hunter that could rotate around mid and help Storm even harder. So both of these drafts, I couldn't really decide right now. You asked me which draft is better. I would go with the Crystal Maiden draft just because of the Crystal Maiden first pick, and that's it. But overall, I couldn't really decide. I like Vega's draft with Storm Spirit. Last pick, I like it a lot actually. It kind of counters Gang Squad a lot, and they don't really have catch for him. They just have the Doom, but that's not really super reliable.
They will be running the Doom, the CM. I don't think we were quite sure which way they wanted to actually do this in the end. They could have, in fairness, they could have done it either way, right? Like, I'd say both lanes use the CM pretty well.
It's most likely going to be this one, I suppose, with the CM and Doom.
They'll swap
using...
it though. Yeah. Because Mag went bot.
Yeah, Mag with Underlord is not showing himself. He's just hiding bottoms. They're gonna swap. They don't want a lane versus Crystal Maiden and Doom. That's what's up. They understand how strong this lane is, by the way. Vega did ban, I think it was Vega that banned Crystal Maiden in both of the last 2 games. So they understand the strength of this duo, and they don't want a lane against it, so they're dodging.
Slayer just scouting out, getting the information they need in prep for these lanes. And yeah, they will actually stick the loon top as a result of that scout. Slayer just giving a slight advantage to the mid lane. Just pressing out 9 a little bit.
Well, what did you expect?
Yeah, just zoning out that Zeus a little bit. Getting him a bit lower, and that's it.
As a result, we'll see in the bot lane, Gang Squad will take the bot runes. They'll actually get 3 in total. So it looks like Vega not willing to risk anything over the runes. I think that's fair. Like, Crystal Maiden can actually do a lot of damage with the Crystal Nova early on.
They don't want to risk anything, and they don't want to show their lanes, I suppose. Only Bane showed on top. They didn't show the Luna, right? So there's that. At the same time, Underlord did not show on bottom, so they really committed on getting the lanes that they want to get. And we'll see how this pans out, because Doom isn't that bad versus Underlord either.
Got used already. But RMN took a lot of damage. I mean, this should just be the typical Metamorphosis and farm the first 2 creep waves, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it is. They should be careful,
just
though.
Chase after bait. And this is the thing, Slayer's right on top of Oliver as well. It's like, it feels like a waste of Metamorphosis already. But I don't think there's no scenario in which you save it.
It's very hard for him to CS anything if he did not use meta.
Oh, I agree.
If he's in melee form, Bounty would just completely harass him, and it would be super hard for him to get any CSO.
I mean, the good news is that you've got RMN up there and an Undying in the tri lane. Like, this is the dream. You know, we saw him hit a triple decay a moment ago, and you saw his health just bolster to a point where you didn't want to touch him.
He is strong, but this tri lane, like, cannot be easily dealt with because of the Bane. The Bane is one of those heroes that are really hard to deal with. Like, he has the Brain Sap, and he has enough in that spell alone to... Oh, mid?
A little bit of trouble. Dendy. Body blocks, are they good enough? Thunderbolt comes out, but he should be able to heal up.
No mana on Crystal Mid. Oh, Undying is getting super low, and Bounty's there.
Yeah, he's run out of those decay charges now. He'll just stack them up again. Says, thank you very much, Slayer. We'll look to move away. Flexion used just to harass them back.
Yeah, he might just go on suicide or just run to base.
This is kind of rough as well because, like they've said, you need the Metamorphosis for those first few creep waves. But this is zonal barrier now between you and CS, and that's going to continue for the rest of this lane.
Yeah, and the worst part is he only got 3 CS out of everything, and his lane is pushing. So, as Undying, they did not buy a sentry to D-ward, so their small camp is blocked, and they're swapping. He's porting bottom. He says he
Boogie, get out. This is my lane.
Yeah. Boogie, get out. I cannot farm here. That's it. But he ported in, so they can do the same. They can just keep the same thing going.
I remember how that happened. Like when the TPs being there at the start of the game first came in. I remember just not being uncommon to see the lane switch up 3, 4, 5 times in the lane phase.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can just port and follow.
Crystal Nova hits on in the lightning ball as well. They've got the frostbite, but they haven't got the mana to follow up. He should be fine to move away from this. You know, that's the lightning bolt nerf. Extra mana cost.
That's true. And the Bane porting in. You just can't deal with this hero. It's such a lane dominating hero, it's insane. Like the brain sap and the sleep. He ports in and he's just the boss of this lane right now. He's sitting on their high ground and they can't touch him.
Speaking of dominating, that's exactly what Vega are doing at the start of this in terms of CS. All 3 top spots are allocated to their course. It's despite this aggression, Dendy's doing pretty well.
It's the fact that they just laned properly. In my opinion, it's because they laned properly. Like this Crystal Maiden didn't really find her place in the game at all. Yeah, the damage that you...
9.
On mid?
Nightmare up. They're getting the Remnant down. He might be in a little bit of trouble doing a lot of damage, but have they got enough to finish him off? Pretty close.
Yeah.
Dendy didn't go for it. Just worried about that tower. He's skirting the edge.
He couldn't. That lightning bolt was just perfect there. That mini stun just cancelled. Like, would not allow him to position himself properly to make that work.
Okay, though. Supports are... Like, this Crystal Maiden has found a purpose in this game, Lizard.
She's refilling bottles.
And giving salves. She's ferrying out regen.
Yeah, I gave her so much praise. I didn't expect this.
It's secret tactics, okay? You didn't see it coming. Then he actually has an invis. I think they might try for 9 again. Oh, let's put down a sentry. Well, so much for that attempt.
I mean, it's not gonna work. Yeah, like they can harass him, but it's not gonna work definitely. They are slowing his level progression.
Oh, but RMN shows up. Nightmare under 9, just to make sure it's not a problem. I was gonna say the other thing here is that Dendy does have that 1, and you're just allowing him to soak up all those charges. It's gonna make it almost impossible to get this kill before 6.
Also, when you use the K on him, you make him have less strength, so -4 strength, and those charges work even better. And the bounty runes, Doom is very deep, and he has no scorched earth, so he might actually pay the price here.
Aframush is here as well, actually, so it'll be
actually not. Yeah,
that's to walk away. Slayer just trying to snatch that rune first, though. Can he get it? Can he get it? He gets it. All the while, the bot lane, the bot lane has become the quiet, peaceful zone of tranquility. You may have noticed.
Yeah, it's just the Mag versus Terrorblade. Mag has a slight edge here, but...
Oh, wait, we missed the first blood, though. Luna.
And it's Crystal Maiden, man. Crystal Maiden Doom. There we go.
I mean, Plantimos, it's kind of surprising that he'd be the first blood. He's got good movement speed, and they rely on slows more than anything else.
Yeah, that movement speed doesn't really matter a lot if you have Frostbite and if you have both Thunderclap and Infernal Blade.
They're gonna get Vengeance.
Crystal Maiden.
Afro's gone.
She got punished.
He wasn't happy, okay? He gave the first blow, he's like, I want immediate vengeance. And these are the type of supports that can set that up for you.
Yeah, that Doom did get 300 gold and he has phase boots right now, so he's pretty fine with that. They're pretty fine with Crystal Maiden beating that first. She also... she's gonna give the bottle back.
I should hope so.
Yeah.
Imagine she just walks off like, right, thanks, bye.
Yeah, maybe if she got a good... Oh, Storm?
Okay, I'm walking to Dendy here.
They can definitely kill
Nova, the Frostbite as well, beginning walk over. We'll manage to get the Infernal Blade off and the Clap as well. Dendy's gone. Thunder God's Wrath to ensure it. And says, that is my opponent. I want the kill.
Wait, Dendy is level 4 and Zeus is level...
It's pretty grim. It's pretty
How did this happen?
It's kind of like the sports just being there to starve him out every time. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Oliver, this is what I was talking about. The Firestorm just does so much damage.
Yeah, Oliver is not having a fun game, definitely.
And Luna gone again.
Crystal Maiden.
It's like, why do we keep looking bot? That's what I want to know. What am I expecting to happen there? Zayats is gone as well.
T-Tors, man. Come on.
Oh, I don't know. I've got a weird, like, my camera. My camera won't actually go out. It's actually stuck.
Because of this. It's because of this bounty hunter. He wants to make stuff happen.
Yeah, I just want to watch the bounty. That's what it is. He's come bot. Look at him right now. This aggression. Oliver's just on a little island in the middle of nowhere. And
while you are watching bottom, I'm afraid that Luna is gonna die again.
Yeah, she's gonna be in a little bit of trouble to come around the side. He has to know it's coming. This is the 3rd time Plantimos. Don't fall for it. No. They move in. The Crystal Nova, the Frostbite, the Clap, and rinse, repeat, please. Lance is here this time, though. Can he protect him? Nope. Thunder God's Wrath. This is just... I mean, you think they learn at some point. That's the 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, but what do you do about it? That's the question. You have to rotate her somewhere. Bottom, because you don't. You have the Underlord. He has a good lane there. But what do you do with her? Like, you have to most likely move this bounty hunter to scout these ganks out.
Yeah, speaking of that bounty, I think you just took a deep breath there. Like, the lightning bolt was in the wrong direction. But very close to revealing him still.
He's positioning himself so that they can get this Zeus killed most likely after the storm gets level 6.
Got 6.
But, yeah, but it's Crystal Maiden is close. It's very hard.
On top of that, he's low HP. He'd have to give his life indefinitely. And then, at the same time, 9 might still escape.
We have a Doom used on bottom.
Yep, they got him. Well, that's what we were looking for in the bot lane. They rotate and they throw down the Doom. And that's probably the best usage because Mag is farming very well at the start of this game.
The first part is Luna was trying to go down there. She's like, okay, I found the place and Bounty. Never mind, he survived.
Slayer.
Oh, Bounty.
Slayer, no!
Never mind.
Walks back in! They put down a sentry just for him.
Yeah, they did not see. They did not see. He did not see that they had a sentry backpacks, so inventory. So he just moved in there because they didn't see him the first time that he went through. He used the shadow walk and they just let him go. But yeah. Anyway, this Luna is not having a fun time. Last game she was having a good, and we have an
Zeus might have a little bit of a bad time in the mid lane. They rotate 3 and they find the kill. Now Dendi needs to be careful. They do put down the tombstone. They can't even start hitting it. Dendi frostbite the spot. He's gonna die. And now Zayat. I hope you like zombie thrillers because they are right on top of you and you're gone, surrounded on all sides. And these rotations from Gang Squad are just on point.
I just love how Zeus tried to
He's like
canceling his last hits, yeah, to try and get that kill. Didn't work out though. I mean, it's not gonna. This bounty hunter is still waiting for the couriers. He's only level 4. Yeah, with the tome, he should be closer to 6. He's gonna be 6. It's kind of good.
That's
but overall, they won these lanes quite convincingly.
It's pretty grim. Like, your hope of Luna farming well is not come to fruition. Sure, Underlord's farming well, but this is the problem. Like we were saying, Underlord, it's not that he can't farm well. It's that if your other lanes fall behind, what's the recovery? What does he do to find those pickoffs? And the quite frank answer is next to nothing.
They're gonna try to go here.
Lantimos, they've got the frostbite. Well, now they move in. No, the eclipse got used though. They'll move across looking for 9 anyway. They should be able to find, and the nightmare on Afro Moosh means they should still get these kills. Afro Moosh, Chris Nova just trying to get Plantimos. Plantimos just baiting him on the side. We'll turn around with Lucent Beam. Dendi gets the last hit. So eclipse used, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, the eclipse wasn't that important. What was important is that Luna, he went in and showed himself the same way he showed himself before. So they thought, all right, just another free kill. But this time, she had Zeus, she had Storm behind her coming in, and basically that's what's gonna happen right now. Every time Zeus goes anywhere, Storm is gonna be there to follow up and try to get that easy kill on a position 2.
So what you're saying is it was a tactical bait dying 3 times.
Definitely. That's it. Like, I mean, I do that all the time, man.
It's tactical, I swear.
It's tactical.
It's like when I do Timber off lane. I die 6 times, and then they are fat, and when I kill them, I'm gonna get loads of gold.
It's the tactical comeback mechanic. That's it. Nothing more.
Oliver did claim the bot tower, and actually maybe want to go into Mag here. Our men will move around the side, drop the tombstone, and you force out the Uber. Gotta get back to base.
On mid though, we have a track on Zeus, but Storm is just not in position.
Well, this is their turn point, right? Like, they've got track now. This is when they can start hunting, look at these kills, and they get so much value out of them. And Zeus is that type of hero that doesn't handle being swarmed very well. He's more of that, I'd like to pick you off from afar type. Yeah, he's a magical sniper.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what he is. With global ability, let's say.
Oh, Doom jumping in. He has got the Doom available, but he won't need it. Thunder God's Wrath will secure the kill into Plantimos.
There's just so much damage in between these two. It's ridiculous. And the Doom already has his blink done. Minute 12. He has Phase Boot's blink. It feels bad to be this Luna, actually, right now.
I feel like it's the right item as well, because you're just about enabling the Zeus. And imagine, though, we'll probably try to rush towards... Do you think they go Ags next? We've seen how strong Nimbus is.
Yeah, definitely. I believe so.
Our men.
They can get Tattoo Line Zags, or they can just run.
They get him. Another track kill.
Another track kill.
I mean, this is what they need to do. I think they need to just stick the Underlord in front of them and just push around him. Just try and break the early map up.
There's a grip on Crystal Maiden.
Oh, they actually find her.
Track?
No track. They don't wait. Can't risk it, okay?
Time, but it's good.
Zeus was on his way. And they did have wards to spot that out, so there was a reason behind that. It wasn't just, I want that kill.
So they got the tier 1 with the Underlord real movement, but at the same time there's Boogie waiting for anyone on top. Yeah, but it's very tanky Underlord with Hood of Defiance. It's not super easy to kill him.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to disappear.
Terrorblade got kind of forgotten. He's just free farming, and he's up there with the network. Like he did not fall behind. He's top 2 actually, right behind the Underlord.
Yeah, he's just wiping his brow.
Overlord.
It's like, thank God they forgot I was a hero.
Thank God they started hunting Zeus a little bit and they left me alone.
Speaking of
That's
Zeus,
pretty much it.
come on, just randomly get your tingles going. Just imagine there's someone there. Just randomly use that lightning bolt.
There's Doom on bottom and Storm is coming in, but there's...
Oh no!
Doom is available. He's gonna
Yep,
stun him.
throws it out, and he can stun him up and hold him in place. Dendy's gone. And, I mean, that's just... This is really smart from Boogie. He's been doing it every lane. And there's a Thunder God's Wrath as well. They'll find a kill onto the Bane. The Nightmare won't matter. Damage already done.
They get the Bane, they get the Storm. They might get this tier 1 on mid. They should. The mid tier 1 is
so
actually
low.
very low.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a gun tower.
And Doom, nicely read there. Does secure himself a regen room in the mid lane. Tombstone goes down. Afro moves, gets his ultimate off. There's no way for Mag to stop this as well. A lot of damage being done, trying to chase through. Terrorblade wants this kill. Mag gonna be close. The zombies actually might finish him off. He has to turn around and start fighting them right now. Zeus getting everyone low, but there we go. They clean up the kill. Palantimos needs to move away quickly because Oliver is pursuing. They'll be fine. They'll be able to get out. But they get the task.
You have to understand that you're in such a tough position, in such a rough position when they can dive your Underlord behind your tier 1 and still kill him before you respond properly.
Let's not forget the fact that you had a CM balls deep doing a solo, basically a solo ult. She wasn't close to anyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just freezing fielded right next to the Underlord. It was ridiculous, and she didn't pay. She didn't die for that. They all got very low, but there was just no follow. Like Luna had her ultimate, but she wasn't close enough. And Storm was dead, so
Things are going to change soon, though, because 9 is getting close. And, oh, the Eclipse coming out. The Eclipse should enable them to get this kill with the track, but they'll lose the Bounty Hunter for it. Worth it if Palantimos gets out.
Though.
She needs to TP out.
She's going to fight him. Yeah.
Oh, no, the fucking God's wrapped the buyback! 9!
What a play by 9, man. It's definitely worth like lying back for that kill. It's alright.
You can't complain with it. He did get his CM some gold. She can buy more wards. Actually going for... Okay, so this has been a discussion that I've had a few times. Is heroes like Crystal Maiden getting drums.
Yeah, it's alright. It's completely fine.
Like,
it beefs you up a bit, and it gives your team some utility. It's alright.
Does it feel situational, though? Like, is it because this lineup is a run-at-you lineup that you can get away with that? Whereas usually, if you're worried about going late against Luna, Glimmer Cape, things like that might be better.
You can get them eventually, but right now what I've seen with most Crystal Maiden players is exactly this. They get some drums. Actually, she canceled the drums. She's going for the blink, it seems.
Okay,
so
doesn't
no
matter.
Glimmer,
Who cares
no
about
Glimmer,
that?
nothing like that. Yeah, I mean Glimmer would be alright versus the Storm, but it's, and Luna.
Diats.
But at the same time, there's alright.
In trouble here? I think he might be. 9 is ready to finish all. The Fiend Script comes out, but Zayas needs to be careful. The jump in coming from Dendy. They want to get the kill, and they'll be able to find it. 9 controlled up. He'll get one lightning bolt. No, Dendy! He dies instead. Way too much damage, and Zayas left alone to die in the corner. The Shuriken Toss won't be good enough, as 9 does keep himself alive. Thanks to that Soul Ripper. Mag just trying to tank this up. On the side of the fight, you will see Slayer fall, and Mag slowly but inevitably, as Oliver arrives. Metamorphosis not needed for that, but there is a tower waiting to be taken. This
was just so unfortunate. Full grip was used on Zeus, and they still couldn't get him with Storm Skya zipping in. It was just not enough damage. I'm not certain if he did not use all his static remnants there or what happened, but I was fairly certain Zeus is gonna die. He just didn't.
Yeah, it looked like it should have been a clean kill. I don't think there wasn't a Soul Rip because the Soul Rip was saved for after that.
Right? Yeah, I didn't see the Soul Rip either there, so it was just weird. I'm not certain. Anyway, feels really bad. Like going from a clean kill on Zeus onto losing all 4 of your heroes wasn't really great for Vega there.
Slayer. He'll get the core at least. Constellation prize is gained, but there is dust. Our men will be able to reveal you.
Dying for a courier is always worth it, especially in this part of the game. There's another dust on Crystal Maiden, so it's kind of
likely he'll die.
Yeah.
They're just gonna give up. They're like, screw this. It's not worth the time. He hasn't got a TP though. He hasn't got a TP. There you go. They're revealing Ponegos Wrath, the dust to ensure it, and Slayer's gone.
Honestly, he could have just ran to the left side if he knew their positioning. So yeah.
But you know, we have God mode here. Essentially, listen, we see everything. Okay, we are all eyes.
He doesn't have map hack like we do. So. It's kind of harder, definitely. And there's
what I've
Zeus always to scout him.
I mean, what I've heard is apparently some players like to use macros. They're not into map packs, though. They haven't quite...
Oh, I've actually seen some threads about players using some extra zoom hack. I don't know.
Extra zoom hack.
yeah. Basically, you can zoom out the same way we can right now.
Oh, so okay. I thought you meant zoom in. I was like, oh man, look at the graphical fidelity on the text of this center. Wow.
No. Like, I don't know how that would help. Like, you're playing Luna or Queen of Pain and you have extra zoom, dude. The ultimate orbs. Anyway. Yeah. What's happening in this game? We have the Zeus with Yules. The Doom going into BKB has Doom. They smoked up, but it's gonna be broken by this pesky little bounty
Did they
hunter.
bring dust? No, they didn't. They got a sentry.
They have lightning bolt as well, but they're just not using.
I mean, they got Thunder God's Wrath in 10 seconds. They're actually moving across on the Dendi, but he already knows something's up. I mean, you just saw them walk all the way into your jungle. He's gonna zip out here.
He's probably porting out, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely. He's trying to slow down this push, but it won't stop them. They'll easily get the tower.
Well, at the same time, you have your Luna farming up, so that's something.
Boogie jumps in, stomp, hits on the Zayats, and he's gone.
He's completely fine with that. Zats is just making space there, showing them. It's not a horrible that as a position 5. You don't really care about that too much. Then he's slowly building into that Orchid, but I don't think that item is a game changer anymore. Like after Kaya, it's alright, it's good, but there's Yules already on. It's not gonna. It's mostly good versus Boogie, right? You can't, and versus Terrorblade.
I mean, if we like measure pacing here, Nine's already on his way to an Ags. By the time you have the Orchid, he'll almost have the Aghanim Scepter, and at that point, like it's great you've got this Orchid. That'll get you 1 kill. I'm more concerned about everyone around you dying on your side.
Also, Skitter is very close to his Manta, so once you have that Orchid, if he has get around it to get rid of it, so I'm not certain it's gonna be very impactful.
Oh, they spotted Slayer. Dust clips onto him, and he knows what's gonna happen now. Yules to make sure he can't TP out, and pop goes the Weasel.
It's just bounty hunter business. You wanna stay here. You wanna be behind this courier. You wanna be giving your team as much information as possible, but at the same time, you don't really wanna be dying time after time. And this Crystal Maiden, from those stats, she actually purchased the Blink Dagger, so she's quite spooky as well. She can blink in on a favorable position and use her freezing field, which she actually leveled to level 2. Some people argue that it's not really the best spell to level up from level 1 to level 2 because you get more damage, but it goes from 200 mana to 400 mana, which is insane. But right now, with all the mana regen that you get from Arcane Aura, I think you can justify it. It's alright.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, the decreased cooldown as well. I think there was I remember old jungle, there used to be an argument for CM just stacking and using her ult to get some gold.
Doom used on top. They went on to the Underlord. Yeah.
Can they actually kill him quick enough though, Mag? Not even close.
Why quick enough though? Oh, you're talking
just take your time, right? Because while that's happening in the mid lane, RMN just died to Dendi. You get the tombstone down. They want to kill us off. The stomp on the free from Boogie. They'll get the kill on Dendi, and they'll be able to clean up Zayats as well. Slayer will get away because it's invis, but my god!
Who needs Magnus, man? Like, who needs Magnus when you have this guy with Warstone?
He's learned. It didn't work out as Mag. It's like, what I need is a spammable spell. It's not that I can't hit the stuns. It's that I'm worried they're going to be on cooldown. And I don't even know how many times now we've seen these sort of plays off the back of stomps.
That's just amazing stomp. Definitely. And Bounty Hunter hunting the courier, but the courier is so far. Yeah, they know, and he's not moving. But they see him, but he's not moving. Yeah.
Yep. 9 should be able to clean this up. Thunder God's Wrath to ensure they'll get the kill, and while that's happening, Aegis is about to be claimed by Oliver. The Skiller feeling pretty ballsy, pretty tanky right now. Metamorphosis runs out, perfect time to align with that, and now they can start pushing on tier 2s with that Aegis.
So they have the Manta on the Terrorblade, and the Storm have Orchid. He still didn't finish his Orchid. This is way too late.
It's kind of rough.
It's gonna be very hard for them to get anything done, especially with the Aegis.
I'd rather just see him get Lincolns, if I'm honestly truthful. Like, he needs it in this game. That's obvious. Bloodstone, I don't see the point. You're just going to die because you'll get doomed.
I mean, it's such a bad stage that they're in right now in the game. They have this bounty hunter. Usually what you want to do as bounty, you want to get these courier kills, which he actually got only once, and you want to be taking these early to mid-game fights because of the track gold, right? But every fight they took, more or less, was disadvantages. They lost. So they didn't really get, apart from the fights that they had around top tier 1, they didn't really get a lot of track kill golds. So the game is slowly falling out of their hands. And Gang Squad, man, they know it, and they're ready. They're pushing in already.
I mean,
they're
to kind of
mid.
put it in perspective, right? Like, the bounty hunter wants to be where the Crystal Maiden is in terms of net worth. She's pretty rich.
Much. She's super rich. While the bounty hunter, not nearly as much. They have meta in 20 seconds, and they're pushing without it.
Yeah. Feeling pretty ballsy. Boogie scares Mag away with the threat of a doom. That's half the HP of your tier 3 already gone. And they know that Luna's not there with the Thunder God's Wrath. She needs to get back.
Yeah, she blinks onto the tier 2. She doesn't even blink completely back.
These pinks.
They scouted.
Yeah,
they know.
They see him. The sentry. He's sitting right on the sentry. Slayer needs to be careful. They smoked up as well.
Maybe he tries to creep skip. Is that what he's doing here? No.
I think so. That's got to be the only thing he's trying to do here. Him on the mid lane though.
Up mid.
Boogie, Shadow Bladed up, jumps in, stomps on the 2 again, and now the Doom thrown out on the Denny, forcing him to run away. The Root coming out in return. Looks like Oliver's going to try and move deep, but they get the freezing field down, and no one's interrupted. The Fiend Script finally out onto a CM, and Oliver just goes deeper and deeper. The Eclipse on the back foot will chase down and find a kill, but can it find more? 9 down to half HP, trying to stand his ground, but will not be able to do so. And Oliver, he needs to get the hell out of Dodge. He's all alone here. The zip through. And arrives just short. Will actually use the Sunder, but controlled up. Skitter's going to drop once. Can they get him twice? The Reflection doing a lot of damage. Zayats will kill himself. When he comes back up, silenced up. Skitter dodges out with the Manta. Can he get Denny? It's going to be close. Not close enough, though. And
very interesting, though. Like, they smoked up. They had perfect vision on the Luna that was in the middle of the lane, but instead they opted to go for high ground Storm. What do you think about that? I think it was much easier to get the Luna first that was on the low ground. Cannot even connect, yeah.
She ran at you, right? Like, the thing I think you have to keep in mind is the Fiend Script got committed on a Crystal Maiden. That's jackpot win. That's like, yes, they didn't get our course. And then they pursued it deeper. It's questionable.
Exactly, to get that Storm, first of all, you're blinking onto high ground. Yeah, you have vision, but you're blinking onto high ground and you have to chase even further to get that Storm. While the Luna, she didn't see them. She wasn't pursuing them. She was farming mid. She didn't know that they were smoked. The dude was farming near the stairs in mid. So he had 2 options, to either blink onto the high ground or to blink on Luna. And if they doomed her before the BKB, that was pretty much game. They could have taken that side or forced the buyback from Luna. I mean, also, kind of a misplay, but yeah, maybe they did not see her on time. Maybe that's possible.
I mean, it's an expensive misplay. Look at the net worth.
Definitely.
That's a sharp turn.
That's a very that's a very expensive misplay, indeed.
Now, as a result, they're looking to just capitalize. They got a DT on Phantomos, which means they should be able to take the tier 2 as well.
Yeah, and they don't have Metamorphosis. They do have the BKB now on Terrorblade, but they're just gonna wait it out. They're gonna wait for 9 to get his Agonist, I think, and to take a more secure fight, because they can't really risk it any longer. If they take another fight like that one, this game might slip out of control. And Storm is porting top. He's gonna zip instantly onto the Zeus.
Can he get him with the ball line? 9. Oh, they see him just before he can move away. He tries to Thunder God's Wrath to make sure he's safe. He'll find out that he's most definitely not. He does at least buy out on the Ags before he dies, though.
He got the Ags. Boogie is coming in. He does have...
Oh, he wants this with the Fiend Script used instantly after they tracked him. And is this a retreat? I think it's just a retreat. RMM moving across now. Wants to drop the Tombstone. Thinks twice as Zayats is alone. As Dendy was able to ball lightning away. Had just enough mana left. But Zayats will fall.
Yeah, I mean, you trade your Bane for Zeus. It's completely fine.
Wait, CM's not done.
Yeah, unless...
And he's got enough,
he has enough mana.
He's fine. He can just ball lightning away. It's all good. But
it's all tactical, man. It's dandy. It's all tactical. Tactical feed into tactical comeback.
This man never makes a mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Don't be toxic, man. Come on.
Come on. I'm not being. He doesn't. Glorious. We said already, right? He's gonna lead a ragtag group of unknowns to victory at the next TI.
Definitely.
That's the best conspiracy theory so far.
So Zeus now has his Nimbus, and very controversial spell, as you said. Like, this spell is so strong, people think it should be nerfed. I'm one
Or
of those.
just not exist. I don't know. Like, that's an alternative.
The thing, like, the most ridiculous aspect of this spell is that you have a global stun. So if you find anyone anywhere across the map, you can just cancel their port.
Like Mag, zoomed up. Who needs the Nimbus? Let's just walk across and kill him casually. Mag's stuck in a corner, surrounding all sides. They'll commit the Nimbus anyway to ensure it's an easy cleanup. Tell me of another hero with that same net worth that takes that long to kill in this game. Oh, Orca going out though. They did actually find the CM, and she'll die off. Undergoes Wrath used to just intimidate them away, as they didn't want to approach Undying anyway. He's sitting on top of a tombstone.
They did get the bounty hunter at least with that Zeus Salt, so that's kind of fine. They lost their Crystal Maiden in the process, but it's all right.
It's fine. He tracked people. He got his value.
Yeah.
It's kind of awkward like that. Like, it sounds weird, but at the early levels, especially, a bounty hunter's
Career?
happy as long as he gets her on. Speaking of things that bounty hunters should be getting, they almost get Vega's Courier there.
Yeah, almost. The Undying almost soloed that courier, which is super weird. It's not really a hero that you see killing couriers ever. Such a slow attack animation and just no mobility.
Definitely peculiar, but they keep it alive nonetheless. The interesting thing is going to be that Roche might be up in about a minute. I feel like Gang Squad right now are kind of in a dominant location to take it. Mainly because the level 2 freezing field does a lot of work in a Roche pit.
Well, yeah, around the Roche pit, both of these teams kind of have a decent... The Bounty Hunter can always give you enough information to play around it, and it's never easy to take Roche if you are tracked or anything like that. At the same time, you have Storm, who can very easily zip in, try and steal that Aegis or mess with you while you're taking it. While on the other hand, as you said, you have the freezing field, and you have the Nimbus.
Yeah, I was about to say the Nimbus, and the more important thing is that Zeus is very close to level 20. Which means,
as well.
Yeah, Tombstone. Of course, on top of that, you've got Doom coming off cooldown very soon. It's still a very dangerous game for Storm. He has picked up that Lincoln's now, which will make him feel a little bit safer.
As you said, level 20 on Zeus. The talent.
Mini stuns, man. Scary.
Mini stuns. Guys, please. I've seen Zeus's in my games. They take the 15% cooldown reductions. Please don't do that. Like,
the mini stun is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it used on
one
Roaches as well. Slayer just got...
There you go. There you go.
There's mini stuns.
A mini stun. A mini stun for this bounty hunter.
I kind of feel bad for him. He just looked like a confused dog. Stuck somewhere panicking as flashing lights start to occur around him.
Yeah, it's just a bounty hunter, you know. You're basically a dog trying to track this courier down, get it. Maybe track some people and that's it. Feels bad, man. He died so many times right now at around the same parts of the map. Just doing the same thing.
And the sad part is how often he's been right next to the courier when it's passed. I've watched it a few times. And it's like, if you just... He's so paranoid about staying in place, and then he still dies anyway. I'm like, well... If you're going to go in for the dangerous play, you might as well stay for the dangerous play.
Yeah, but truth be told, it's not very easy for him, because there's a zone. So they don't even need sentries. They just need lightning bolts every now and then. You know? So it's very hard for him to stay alive. But he's still trying, and he's not giving a whole lot. Well, actually, the last time he died, he gave 400 gold to Zeus. These new kills, honestly, have you seen them in your games? Like, it always surprises me how much gold you get from some kills. It's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, because it's meant to change based on the independent values between the two. And it's like, well, Bounty Hunt's worth 4,000, Zeus is worth 13,500. Yeah. How are you getting like more than 250, 300 for that?
Exactly. Like, you get 400 gold for a bounty.
Afro Moosh, they used a Fiend's Grip on him, and the Nimbus went down, but that should be fine. In fact, we'll walk back in. I'm not sure if I'd advise that. It's okay. The whole team came across. And Freezing Field in Roche Pit, not a concern anymore. So they're pretty far forward, though. RMN has dropped the Tombstone, which means they have to fight here. Moving forward, Nightmare comes out, but when matters that, still dies off.
Yeah. I mean, he's position 5, and he's in that position in which he has to take one for the team. So if he dies, it's not really horrible for him or his team. It's all right. He just has to be there. if anyone is gonna die, it better be him than, say, Storm or Luna, obviously. So it's not really like your casual pubber feeding. It's he's doing it on a purpose and for a purpose.
I feel like you're not really selling play supports in your pubs to people. It's like, you are a glorified bodyguard. You'll be shot and killed. Oh, great. Let me just pick CM.
Oh, it's alright. Like, he's not super far behind with the network either. Like, he's playing a Bane and he has his Etherland, so he's set. He's alright.
That's all you need. To be honest, if you feed grip onto the Terrorblade, you can win the fights. It's just that chief concern is still Nimbus coming out from Zeus.
Yeah. It's very hard for him to keep a steady grip if you have Nimbus on you. It just does so much.
There's the other frustrating part about 9 on the Zeus. Thunder God's Wrath to scout people out, as he just did. They were thinking about going Roche. They are smoke.
They're smoked. We have smoke.
Go Whisper, because it's a smoke.
It's a smoke.
RMN's going to reveal himself. He's got the tombstone. They're going to look at him away, but the Eclipse comes out. RMN just being shredded through so quick. BKB on Boogie will allow him to escape, but not on much HP. Mag did use the Crimson Guard, which creates space for him to get rid of the tombstone. And now they might have the advantage looking towards this Roche. Yeah, Oliver's just going to back off. He's like, nope. Haste Rune, but tracked up. You don't want any part of this.
I really like their plan.
Slayer. Slayer's gone. They get rid of him.
Nimbus?
Yep, now they jump forward. Zayat needs to be careful here. Taking a lot of damage, but they can't get close enough. And Oliver's just dreaming the days that he has the Skadi, where they will never escape him. Just not this day.
That was actually somewhat of a very weird smoke when they used it and went uphill, like on high ground where they have no vision. But did you see how they sent Undying forward? It wasn't the Doom that went in, which is kind of weird. But when you think about the level 15 talent and the tombstone on that, even if he dies, as long as he drops the double tombstone, it's alright. Unfortunately, they did not get the Doom off on target before he used BKB on Luna, so the Doom really didn't matter, and because of that they couldn't fight through. But if they managed to Doom her maybe before the BKB and before the ultimate, maybe it would have been their fight. However, I kind of like the plan. At first, you think RMN is just walking in front where he's not an initiator, right? He has no stuns, no mobility items. He shouldn't be in front. But when you realize what the talents are, it makes more sense.
Yeah, he runs in, screams, "Kill me," and then it's
pretty much. Please kill me, guys.
Please, just end. Look at me, I'm a decomposing corpse. Please. I don't want to be here. So they will finally go for the roast. The interesting part was when they moved through the jungle, they had no wards. So if Gang Squad respond, they won't be able to do anything about this. The Nimbus does get plopped down. They'll farm it up and continue this roast, but moving forward. Oliver wants to move in. The Frostbite connecting onto this Bounty Hunter. Nightmare will not protect him long enough. They have to abort the roast. Actually, I wonder, does Gang Squad go in off the back of this? They've got Metamorphosis down for 50 more seconds.
Yeah, I think you wait for the meta, definitely. You just stall the game, get the meta off cooldown, then you go in. No need to risk and to fight without your #1 tool on your carry.
Bigger deal is that he should have the Skadi by then, if he chooses to not have buyback.
He can choose to go for Skadi, but most likely the next fight is going to be around Roche, and they have this shrine. And whenever you have this shrine, even if you lose the fight, you can, as Dire or Radiant, you can buy back and just port onto the shrine, go back into the fight. Maybe win that fight and take ages, so your buyback is justified. So I would like if he saved it, but yeah, he can choose to go for Skadi anyway. And just
probably, I was gonna say probably just get the Roche and then you pick up the Skadi, because then you got the second life anyway.
That's the safest option, definitely.
Thundergod's Wrath just being used as scouting. Before it was all about getting those kills, and now it's just paranoia. They need to know when Vega goes into this pit. And you can already see, like, from their positioning, they are trying to just interrupt a roast. They're not trying to take it themselves.
It's all about this rush right now. So, I'm not so certain if, as you said, I'm not so certain if Vega is going to be completely fine with them just taking the rush away. So, they should contest it in some sort, or in some way at least. There is a Crimson and Greaves on Underlord. He's super tanky, and he's able to just go in, you know, just rush in first, make space for his team, for Zeus, for Storm to actually jump in or do whatever.
Both teams kind of have this though, right? Like the Undying does the same thing. He's like, hit me.
I'll give you $50 if you click on Luna right now, on the map.
On the map?
Yeah. Where is she?
What? I got okay. No, I clicked the portrait. Dude, you would have easy money.
On
the map. You can't click on people on the map. You mean the actual game screen, not the mini map. Speaking of things happening on the map, Doom comes out and they've caught the Underlord. Suddenly, that front liner that Vega, well, you've been bragging about. Yeah, he's not. He's where to go? He's disappeared.
I mean, Doom was used, and he was so in front, and he was alone that he.
They need to go now, though. They've used the Metamorphosis. They need to actually go for the Roche. And they did actually be able to blink on Oliver.
He's probably going to buy back, and they're going to fight this. Most likely, yeah. He buybacks in, Storm goes in.
Oh, jumps straight in. Only gets Doom down to half HP before using the BKB. Boogie should be fine. The Fiend Script does come out in the meantime. Trying to control up, but no, it won't be good enough. Diets falls. Now the Eclipse being used by Palatimo in the middle of this, and it looks like Afro and Mush might actually fall, but that's all you're really going to get with this. You get rid of the supports, but now you're in full retreat. The Reflection's just doing so much work. Palatimos slowed down by the Scardian, picked off by 9. And that should just signal for them to go back to the Roche Pit and finish this off, or maybe go for more mag. Being slowed up, Infernal Blade comes out, buyback forced out on Zayat. Dendi jumps straight towards the back line, trying to get his hands on a Boogie. But can he? Now the Nimbus dropped as well. They need to retreat. They do get the kill, but buyback used on Doom and CM as well. Buyback on Luna. Everything is being thrown. And Slayer, he just gets picked off on the back foot. So everyone,
come on.
Resources, man. Just invest.
Like, this is the power of the shrines around the Roche Pit. Everyone can buy back and join the fight back again. It's just ridiculous. There's no Metamorphosis now, though. So if they... Maybe they will decide to fight this. There's no Doom, there's no meta.
I mean, you know Storm has to go back. This would be the perfect opportunity. He has no health.
Yeah.
Nope, they just want more pickups. So like, guys, this is not safe to go in the pit yet. That was just I felt like that was a bit of an odd series of buybacks, though. It was so delayed that neither team could actually use them.
Yeah, definitely. And Bane just buying back to save the Underlord, and Dire buying back. But Dire buying back did absolutely nothing. I mean, Storm scared them a little bit when he zipped in for the Dooms.
Oh, Nimbus down, Mag. He might be in trouble here this time. I'm not sure if he gets away. They might try and protect, but they put down the freeze of him. Afro move. So deep here. They're pinning him. They can't reach him. BKB from dead. He's trying to move forward. Looking for the kill on the 9. But the Yules will be able to protect him in the meantime. Boogie getting low on HP. Just trying to stay protected in the middle of Nimbus. They're staying stacked so that Dendi can't pick them off. They get the kill on the Zeus, but they'll be chased down. Dendi, no mana left. Frost bitten up and dies off. And this is perfect for them because you still have Skier alive and 10 seconds until he's got meta available.
They can just go high ground.
You've already committed buybacks.
They can go 2 sides here. Are they gonna go for more? What?
This is a little bit greedy. Wants to go on the Zayats here. They will better slow him with Kristen Nova and look to move away here.
Honestly, just a waste of time, but...
It's inefficiency, man. We can't have that. So Skidder, they'll be able to get at least 1 lane off the back. He's got Metamorphosis available. Does he commit it?
They can take all 3. They have time if they commit meta.
I've got this weird feeling they're not going to do this and they're going to go for... they're going to go for I thought they were going to actually back off, go for Roche. Judging by...
there's no way.
You know what it is? They're not defensive. They're overly aggressive. Okay? It's Vega last game that had that big... Yeah, that's not a good grip. That's... Afromush is alive. And you're losing your tier 4s right now. You now have no Fiend Script to use on any cores. Your throne is exposed, and this may actually be game. There's nothing they can do to stop this. Jump in by Boogie, just forcing Zayats back to his fountain, where he'll feel somewhat safe. But his Ancient in the meantime will be abused to all hell. Fly back on the Zeus, Nimbus out. They'll just get that kill on Zayats. GG. Vega, I mean, they came to play in game 2, but it always felt like, I guess you could say the Bounty Hunter didn't have that impact to look for, right? Like, by mid-game with a Bounty Hunter, you want to start building a lead.
It definitely felt that way. He was trying time after time to get that courier kill and to give as much info as he could to his team, but they just couldn't work around it because he would die time after time because of Zeus. Zeus and Thunderbolt just scouting him over and over again. And
in the meantime, will be abused.
They couldn't take these mid-game engagements, which would actually benefit them with that track. So they could never really take a decisive lead, while Gang Squad just steadily became stronger and stronger, and they have heroes that actually work really well versus Vega Squadron as well. Oliver's Terrorblade just bring it on. Like, he came and dominated the game completely. Luna usually struggles versus Terrorblade as well, so it wasn't really easy at all. And Afromush, man, that Crystal Maiden, I now understand completely why it was banned out the last 2 games.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that was just brutal. The amount of work that hero did, as a position for Crystal Maiden, it's ridiculous, honestly. It should be picked more often, and it should be definitely banned more often. That hero is strong.
It was definitely pretty scary, and like you can't take credit away from what we would usually say is Terrorblade. Everyone says this hero is dead. Proven that you can still have some life about it, and Zeus as well, like an unexpected pick, but it's just, I think it was their dominance. I think the Crystal Maiden did enable a lot of what this team done throughout the early game.
Definitely. With the auras and time after, like, I think they killed Luna 3 times in a row with the Crystal Maiden Doom combo. The amount of damage, and then they killed Dandy Storm on mid as well, behind the tier 1 and tier 2. The amount of damage that these two bring to the table early on, and then how much they do mid-game and late game is just scary.
All right, guys. That should actually be it for us here on BTS 1. I believe there's still a game being played on BTS 2 between Empire and LOTV. I'm not sure where the point is in that game. Let me just double check. It should be... I think this might be game 3 between them. It's not actually that far in. It's 11 minutes in. So some good action there. Nomad and Mo covering that one. So be sure to go enjoy them. But thank you for tuning in, guys. That is it for me and Lizard today. We should be back tomorrow, though. Okay? We're back tomorrow with... You know what we got first, Liz? We got Singularity. Yeah, I'm working you, okay?
More Dota?
God,
More Dota?
Casual Dota streamers. When you give them work, they just can't handle it.
All right, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. What time is it again? Is it 14?
It will be 14 CEST. So 2 p.m. CEST.
I'll make time for you, but just because of you, not...
Oh, there you go. Some Kappa pride for Liz here. But no, it'll be Singularity versus 20-minute AFK. The rest of the matches need to be decided. There should be 3 series playing tomorrow. But be sure to tune into that. I believe Lizard wants to go back to his personal stream and probably spam Crystal Maiden, and he'll probably message me throughout the night about how amazing it is. But thanks for tuning in, guys. That's it from me and Lizard. See you tomorrow.